going to be looking at a battlefield start for game number 1. Mars knows that you can get a lot of great ladders here with the ZSS combos. The vertical combos are certainly there, but Onin, we don't need to talk about how many ways this character can combo you to Sunday. So this is going to be a hot set, but we have to see where the first few wins in neutral lie. And as of right now, Mars going to use that super quick jab just to get on and off of them. Now we're going to have to figure out how to take care of this next neutral interaction.
Yeah, the neutral right now is very like hot and cold, very kind of feeling like a temperature test, right? Like we're not truly decided on if we want to go in all the way or not, but still Mars doing an excellent job of minimizing as much damage as he can at this point. Onin though trying to find a way back in. I like how Mars is like so nimble and quick right now with Zero Suit, because honestly the less damage you take, Zero Suit being a little bit lighter too, any interaction could be it. We'll be able to find the paralyzer into the boost kick, not enough just yet, Nerf.
Beautiful DI, but basically uncontested damage. Look at how Mars is still in the white damage area and looking for the kill as well. Not going to waste any time on it. They've been doing well, but they're going to set up that block wall knowing what's in store. That side B going to send you right in, and of course Mars unfortunately doesn't have a follow-up afterwards. Has to reset, and now we get a second chance on this paralyzer down smash. Unfortunately, it's just another reset, but we are doing the right things. The anti-sieve tech is looking good. We're trying to rob the resources, trying to get that crafting table out of existence.
Okay, all right, up smash, sliding that right through, weaving the needle. I have to say Mars is playing so disciplined right now, Nerf. He is really not going in unless he has to, recognizing when the advantage state is over and then pushing out. But here we go, a couple of Zairs into the aerial here, and now it's all Mars. How do we find a way to get on into kind of crack, right? We like when the Steve players panic, when we can get those jump reads out of minecart.
Right. Okay, double Zair, very good stuff. We're looking for that long-lasting jab. Just gonna keep throwing that out. You know, you get super frame good, so we gotta keep throwing that out until we get that hit confirmed. Still stuck off stage. Onin just doing the right things, trying to create that house and put the TNT on top, obviously giving Mars reason to give it a wide berth.
Okay, here we go. Mars playing so aggressive, and I think Battlefield's also helping Mars out so much too. We are giving Zero Suit so many places for her to kind of get around any of the towers that Onin is building, but still minecart going to come down, going to mess up the edge guard. It's a slower game, Nerf, but I think patience is what is going to win Mars this set.
I feel like it definitely is one of his hallmarks. He can play patient when he needs to, but he can also go lightning fast when necessary. And it feels like Onin doing the right things, trying to set up every little trick in the book that Steve can offer, and then some. Even then, Mars has to get stuck on the platform, and that's not where you want to be. Losing a little bit of stage control just to try to get back. And then we get a good tech and the roll out, or roll in rather. It looks like Mars is doing the right things, but yeah, again, no follow-up on that one. We still got to be ready for plan B, and plan B is the up smash. We are 2 for 2 right now, Lyric. And look at this, a 3-1 lead so far.
Things are looking so good for Mars, right? I mean, we're comfortable, but the problem is it was raining yesterday here in Chantilly, still raining today with some anvils, and now Mars just, once again, just kind of like chipping at the ice sculpture that is going to be this set. Being very patient, and honestly, Onin, while yes, we're finding a couple things, we're not seeing like that consistent Steve damage. I think that's what's throwing them off their gameplay.
That is very true, Lyric. And right now, it looks like Onin doing the right things, just trying to anti-air best you can, gets that snag with the grab. And now we build the wall, set the anvil on top. Good, almost checkmate situation, but Mars does the smart thing to go out and around. And the movement abilities of ZSS lend themselves to that kind of evasion.
Yeah, once again, Battlefield's allowing for Mars to essentially press the eject button at every single point on the stage, recovering low, recovering high. We have that platform to go to up top too. And Onin still trying to find a way back into this. Material bar not giving too much right now, going to drop the minecart right now, but look, I mean, Mars playing beautiful adaptation though. We've seen the paralyzer connect a couple times at this point. I like the spot dodge here, but now Onin not much left to work with, Nerf. The side special doesn't connect, and now diamond back air, not going to be able to do it just yet.
Right, the lead's starting to peter out a little bit for Mars, but he's still got the stock lead, full lap, and oh my gosh, that angle could have been deadly, and we still miss out a little bit on the spacing for that anvil, so Mars just, again, goes out and around. It's been a common strategy, and it's been one that works, but the roll distance is too far, and we get finally a crucial grab that allows Onin to take the second stock. We're on last stock, but Mars is just a hair's breadth away from taking this.
It's so close too, because we know that Onin has this amazing damage output in quite possibly a second, and this, all of this damage, all of this work that Mars has done will eventually be gone in a second, but the side special not going to do it just yet.
My God!
Beautiful drop through the platform back air as the crowd going to get excited for Mars. Going up 1-0 in the set, Nerf, but what does Onin need to do to recover?
I feel like it's not going high right now because that platfall back air is a calculated option by Mars. It's been a very, very strong level of conditioning that we're seeing. Just kind of throwing out, playing the patient game, playing the I don't have to approach, and you basically have to do all of the work here. And with the high recoveries, yeah, you could tell a little bit too much minecart above. It feels like it was only, I mean, last year I think Mars fought Onin over on side stream, and I remember that one vividly because Mars took a lot of great victories in that set, so we'll have to see how it continues here. Obviously they have some history, but we're gonna have to go with just the set that's in front of us. PS2 is the stage pick. I
feel like I do have to commend Onin for a couple of things in game number 1, right? Setting up the tower to initially avoid getting stock loss off of the side special was something that we saw so much, right? So we're essentially setting that up as like our little parachute, right? A way that we can stay safe while Mars still playing the aggressive game, but Mars, once again, this patience. Now granted, for Onin, this game too, definitely going a little bit better here, but Mars, all he really needs is, once again, there to keep kind of stacking at this damage.
Yeah, even though Onin was able to bring that last game back from a 3-1 deficit, Mars, without taking that early lead, is still finding themselves a little bit up a creek right now, trying to figure out how to get back down from some of these untech situations. I worry because that does not bode well, these reactions.
Look at the waiting that Mars is doing on the platform as well. Understanding when Onin is placing kind of this tower in the center, that he is going to go for some sort of like this minecart play, and Mars is just essentially waiting for it to be over and kind of this fighting game turn, waiting to be your turn. Not going to be able to find the back air though. And Mars definitely has evened it back up.
Some good setups, though, from Onin. Mars doing his hardest work to try to get any win in the neutral, any interaction that could end up favorably. But look at that. The down smash flanks on shield, and we have an up smash of our own. Onin ready with that trigger finger. DIing
a little bit lower this time, Onin. Definitely making the adjustments and adaptations that we need here. But here we go. Rage and Diamond. Definitely not a good combo here if you are Mars. But minecart is going to connect, and here comes Onin playing that more aggressive game. Finds the back air, still setting up just a little bit. Mars will be able to grab the ledge, but can we escape out of the corner? That's the biggest question. Instead, we're going to play it a little bit more aggressively. We want to be able to find that stock, but now, Nerf, we're starting to bleed out on the second one, and that's not looking too good.
Certainly not, especially since Onin's looking pretty good on the stone resource. That's going to make some tougher walls for Mars to just break down, and this is going to lead to a stronger defense from Onin. Mars senses this, but also senses a little bit of a lack of resources. We get a DBZ trade, but Mars still alive. That's a trade that we'll take, but we gotta stay alive for a little bit longer. Get some extra, get some damage to try to even this back up.
Still, though, the game of like touch and go is so apparent. But if it's one thing that you're going to feel the touch of, it's Diamond back air. So now here we go. It is going to be Mars having to take essentially 2 stocks from Steve. We need to see those zero-suit combos that really kind of like bridge across the stage and then find those explosive finishes at the end.
Oh, man.
But still trying to find a way in, and now I feel like Onin's so set up.
Onin is set up, and they're free to kind of keep swinging, which has been a really big boon to them this entire game because they're winning a lot of these trades. And if you're able to force trades with CSS, it seems like Onin is going to be able to find a lot of leverage off of those situations. We see Mars with an aggressive return from the ledge. Even then, you got a lot of shield pressure to deal with, brother, and there's only one way out of here. You've got to take the stock soon. You got to try to get some more damage first before that is even possible. Oh, and the down smash the wrong way.
Yeah, that had to have been an accidental flick of the stick at literally the wrong time here, right? Because I had the right idea with the down smash, but now has to win in neutral again. Now, granted, Mars a very patient player. This is definitely not impossible. It's just having to tap into your discipline for, what could be 10, 15 minutes of a set.
Right. Now it's 10, 15 minutes could be incredibly crucial. Mars, though he took the first game, Onin is starting to bear down. It looks like adaptations have been made from previous game. So, I mean, yeah, a little bit of Zaire here and there might help him. He needs some of the more non-committal options. But Onin, they've just been so defensive, and this defensive play, this ironclad defense cannot be beaten by Mars right now.
Yeah, essentially sending out the minecart up there too, just to avoid anything like that back air that we saw before. Back throw just to mess up the DI a little bit more. Definitely need maybe a 10% more before that up throw is going to be confirmed here. But now Onin, I mean, has the insurance diamond as well, Nerf. I mean, it's very dangerous for Mars to even go near Onin at this point.
Yes, that's why.
Up throw not going to be enough just yet, but there's the minecart. Nerf's not looking too good on this game number 2.
No, again, the trades are not working for Mars. Onin, they're just able to keep misdirecting throughout the anvil, then go right back in with the back air. It feels like Mars is just stuck in the wrong place at the wrong time consistently in the neutral. Onin capitalizes so nicely.
Yeah, it's essentially the way that Onin is able to just hunker down, right? That's what Steve does, really just kind of builds the walls, really kind of essentially gets to change the stage in every which way that they want to. So figuring out where we want to go next for game number 3. The bans are going to be Smashville and Kalos, so how well do you think Mars needs to kind of position around, you know, maybe a bigger stage like Town and City, FD, PS2 to really kind of get this win?
Well, it's hard to say. I know that one of the things that we took it to Battlefield for the first game for was the vertical combos. We saw a little bit of that, but we weren't really able to unlock too much of that. So I think if we see like a tripod again, I think we might end up finding ourselves in a nicer spot. But okay, we are going to take away the top platform. Looks like it's going to be small Battlefield. This is going to shrink the stage just a little bit. We're going to be able to kind of force a few more options out of Onin. Maybe we can see more haphazard swings, but Mars has been doing the good of like I would say the will he won't he sort of approaches. He goes in, he backs off, and we want to see if we can get the bait and punish, but Onin feels so confident in these early lead situations where they don't have to do too much, right?
Yeah.
They don't have to meet him halfway. They can actually just, you know, find their hits, and it feels like if Mars is not able to, I guess, change some habits, this might be tough, and I don't know. Not a great start.
Yeah, really, Steve in general as a character really just is kind of the pacemaker, whether you like it or not, right? Just the way that Steve can play super aggressive, up in your face, not really able to really get things set up, or the fact that Steve can just technically run away to the other side and then just, you know, decide to go in. But honestly, a much more aggressive Mars coming out in this game number 3 right now, and this is what we like to see, right? Zero Suit right up in your face, playing what I'd like to call a little bit more ignorant, right? Like, hey, if you're going to approach me, I'm going to nair. I'm going to find this fair at a shield. I'm going to find something to just kind of make you tick and then make you nervous.
That's right. You got to be assertive in the situation because Steve players, they love to feed on insecurity. They love to feed on that hesitation. They know that if they're going to be able to kind of press your buttons a little bit, I mean, they're pressing all kinds of buttons, but you know, they know that that's going to be even more important because the mental stack is real against Steve.
Ooh, okay. So the anvil's just going to slide down the tower at that point, and now it is all Mars. How do we find this finisher KO? We're seeing game 1 Mars all over again, right? We're seeing like that aggressive poke, but at a very respectful length, right? So 153 on. There we go from Mars, getting the crowd a little bit more excited for that one.
That's right, goes all the way out there. That's the shot calling that you would expect from someone like Mars, who's not going to take any hesitation lying down. He's basically saying, okay, fine, if you think that I'm just going to wait around and find out, like, no, I'm actually going to take the fight to you. Unfortunately, that goes both ways, and Onin leaps over their own wall to make sure that they connect with that back air.
The heart attack I just had seeing Mars in the end lag of the miss side special, that one's gotta hurt, right? Especially when Steve can stack on so much damage, but here we go!
Woo!
Not going to be enough just yet, but this is the kind of emotion, the energy that Mars needs to start putting on a show for the crowd. The boost kick, absolutely not going to be enough just yet.
Okay.
The perfect back air into the minecart, but it's not going to be enough. Onin going to start swinging back.
Fighting so hard to punish that minecart, but it looks like there's so much hit stun when you actually clank with it that, yeah, Mars gets stuck in the wrong spot, but hey, we'll take that. We take the stock and a 2-1 lead. Comfortable percent for Mars. The crowd starting to come alive. They know that Mars could use the power-up right now, trying to bring home game 3.
Ooh, okay, I love just the flip out of there, right? And that's the thing about Zero Suit. She's so versatile, and she can change her positioning on the stage so quickly, but something else that Zero Suit can do is just take a lot of damage very quickly. But still, any extra credit that Mars gets right now is going to be great going into this last stock. I like how Onin is now kind of taking the Mars approach, going this touch and go here, kind of this couple of up airs and saying, you know what, maybe I don't feel too confident right now. Let me reset.
Oh, the jab check, and we don't want to go full send with the flip kick. We actually just wait. We get a second chance here on this edge guard. Oh, we almost lose our footing, but we are managing to get back. That's okay. Mars just going to take that one on the chin, running right through the wall and getting a good dash attack. Now it's a side-to-side closure. Well, what are we going to do? How do we take the stock here, Lyric?
It's so close. The side special was about to be it, but these trades are not working in the favor of Mars right now. So instead, we're just going to wait. I mean, Mars has done a fantastic job of stacking up all the damage that he needs, but there's the side special, there's game number 3, and there's Mars getting a little excited. Finally, a smile on his face.
True. Gotta feel good about that movement, though. Like, let's talk about that. That side B was so clean. Like, let's check out this replay right now.
Yeah.
The empty hops, then the back off. Obviously, Steve gonna be jumping in. You know what's up. He sees the roll in. He sees the barely avoiding the back air. Oh my God.
A pixel away.
So close. That hitbox. And you thought that Diamond on Steve was so good, but this time the movement wins out. It's speed versus power, and Mars is able to take game 3 with aplomb. Let's go to game 4. What happens? Popping off as well.
You know the woo. That was like a very like WrestleMania woo right
That's
there.
right, the Ric Flair.
Love to see it. I mean, Zero Suit Samus, very skinny. I'm like literally a pixel away from that back air connecting. Hollow Bastion is going to be the pick. Nerf, what do you think about this one?
Okay, so this is crazy. So, I mean, this is all about resources. Like, Steve can get some really, really nice resource spread over here on Hollow Bastion. Some good iron to be had. So, you know that that's going to be something really important for all of those minecarts and anvils. We're already seeing the game plan start to come to fruition. We all know that those are good moves, but we're going to be using them, and we need resources to keep that flow going.
Yeah, absolutely. So far, so good. I'm loving the way that Mars moves with this character, right? Obviously, across a couple games now that Mars is a Zero Suit Samus main, but the way that we're able to centralize using the center platform to really kind of escape some of these strange options, I think is what has been Mars's big winner this set, right? Essentially not letting himself get kind of caught between blocks and anvils and everything in between, but Onin now definitely has Mars on the ropes right now, trying to get a little bit more of that iron from the TNT block, but let's see who's going to get this first edge guard. The dash attack still, Onin living it barely, going to have the tilt, trying to just find this exact point for the back air, but Onin is just not giving it to Mars. The trade with the minecart not going to be enough either. This first stock is not coming off easy.
Definitely not. It's hard fought for both players. The tech into the wall. Mars is trying to play back, and we don't know if we can actually punish that grab yet, so Mars just kind of has to back off, disengage, and then re-engage as appropriate. We're going to wait that out. Good shield discipline on that. Could have get swept up if Onin decided to go, but hey, it's a risk we got to take. That's the 50-50 right there.
Look at Mars, though, just trying to find this option in. And honestly, slide in up smash has been kind of the key for Mars practically this entire set. We have seen a lot of KOs thanks to that one specific tech.
I mean, ZSS has like insane dash speed, so you can actually cover ground so quickly. And even though this is a pretty decently big stage, we're going to get a big punish here. Love the parry on the last hit. What in the heck did I just watch?
The spot dodge nerf away from the block too. I mean, sometimes that magma block has so much scoop potential. It's kind of unreal here. But look at the way that Mars is like, you know what, bet, I'm in the driver's seat. I'm even going to come up and contest when you're in the start of a minecart here. But here comes Onin decisively coming back to stage, but it just doesn't feel like they can get back into this right now. Mars has put his whole foot on the gas.
Definitely both feet right now with the back airs coming out as well. You know that he's going to be looking for some of those big options. The boost kick falls out. Hey, okay, we're not going to say it, but you know what I'm thinking. Onin still struggling to get this kill at 168. Finally, we're going to do it. The up throw going to do it, but that's so late for Steve to take the stock, and it looks like Mars isn't done yet. Instantly forces you back into disadvantage.
Ooh, okay, though. I mean, Onin using the blocks, kind of an awkward angle for Zero Suit to kind of flip around there. So getting a couple hits of the diamond here. We don't have another one for insurance just yet. Onin's still looking pretty kind of uncomfortable right now, and Mars actually now giving Onin a little bit more respect at this point, saying, you know what, you can come back to stage. I'll find my neutral opening again and again, and that is what has been Mars's big winner. The back air not going to be enough, though. But
this is precisely why, because untechable into untechable, there's no way. Mars, unfortunately, on the wrong end of that. Now you see why we got to give Steve a lot of distance, because any single interaction could be the linchpin for this set.
Not looking too good. You hate to see that if you're a Mars fan right now, okay? Watching the anvil drop, I love the way Onin gets so creative, right? Nothing is safe, but there's the back air. Can Mars do it? The crowd getting loud, very loud for their favorite content creator.
But Diamond is crafted, and it looks like Onin coming back with renewed vigor into stock 3. Mars desperately trying to stay alive in order to buy himself time to close this one out. It would be an insane set win if he actually takes it here because, I mean, aptly, he is seed 33. This is kind of crazy.
Is he?
He is.
Oh,
he is.
No way.
There we go. Okay.
Onin. Little pop off themselves too. You got a big crowd in the back watching, right? Not only do you see just this shot here, but there's also, if you look a little to the left, there's a whole nother seating area for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as well.
That's
going
right.
to a game 5 in our first set, Nerf. Our
man.
competitors are giving it all for sure, but we gotta talk about this one. Where do you go?
You go straight to the blast zone. Sorry.
Not only did it send Mars down, but it sent Mars like along the trajectory of the stage.
You can't even hold
too.
in to tech on the third chance, maybe. But yeah, you gotta hold down in those situations because maybe you can reduce your speed a little bit and maybe get a chance. But oh my God, it felt like there were so many things going on right there, and it was really tough.
Both competitors looking absolutely stressed out of their mind. They really just, I mean, this is a difficult tournament. I mean, there's already amazing players and losers. You definitely do not want to go down there. But we're going back onto Battlefield, and honestly, I'm liking to see the kind of style switch up that Onin is going to have here. But once again, this is what I was saying a little bit earlier. The way that Mars is going to be able to utilize the stage to get out of maybe some of those setup traps, we could be looking at a better game.
Yeah, we're looking like pretty good on the Iron Resource right now. We bring back the top platform of Battlefield after all, and after a Game 1 win, Mars is probably going to feel pretty confident on this one, but we still, again, I think this is the conditioning. We haven't seen too many of those vertical combos. It's kind of hard to juggle Steve just because there is the threat of the anvil, so I know that it's going to be tough, but if there's a time to go for that kind of stuff, it's now, when you've kept it in the pocket for so long.
Yeah, absolutely. Here comes Onin, gets a little poke of the shield, but doesn't get too much after that. We got to see those great Steve strings to really bring us back into this. We don't have too much of a material bar either, Nerf. Things aren't really looking too good on this first stock, but here comes Onin. F smash not going to be enough, but maybe a little bit better for the mental.
Definitely. And Mars doing the right thing. Didn't want to go low. Onin kind of recognized, like, I'll cover that option, but Mars just gets a little free platform to land on and get right back in the fight. Good shield. Again, it feels like Mars has been having to shield for his life for so many of these interactions. And Onin coming up short on the shield, but doesn't mean that the pressure ends there, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Still, though, the up smash, the big winner for this set so far for Mars. Going to send him up 3 stocks to 2 right now. And you know he wants more. And honestly, playing aggressively like he's going to get a beautiful back air. Goes for the flip kick, unable to find anything. So Onin now stuck on the ledge. And look, the way that Mars gives Onin the respect to come back on stage and say, you know what, I'm just going to read exactly where you're going to go.
Right, you can tell Mars went for a repeat of that platfall back air to challenge the minecart, but it didn't work out, and then loses the stock right after. Still a good lead, just has to kind of hang on to it, and this is where we're going to see a little bit more of a patient Mars. Runs in with a quick dash grab, and that's enough, but no dice on the kill just yet. No rage on CSS either, which means that Onin with Diamond going to be looking for some big hits here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is scary, right? When Steve has rage and Diamond too, but doesn't have too much of a material bar after that. Going for the boost kick all the way up, but honestly, Onin not going to be able to kind of contest that, right? It's that safe landing that we've been talking about. Great parry, so I have to say, from Onin on these side specials here. Right. And now it is all Mars. How do we get this stock? Could it be another slide in up smash, Nerf?
Who knows? Short hop minecart has been pretty good for Onin just to create the pressure and force Mars into this full hop height that he's been having to go for a lot. That's not great for ZSS. You are able to do some good stuff and like try to retreat to a platform, but then you're above Steve, and then into a bigger problem.
Yeah, still, I think the biggest problem that Onin is going to have to deal with right now is getting ricocheted off their own tower, and then Mars finding a way back. Mars one stock away from going and winning our first set of the block. Game 5, the crowd is getting so excited.
You can hear them from here. Mars starting to bear down a little bit. Onin retreating back, building the wall, building the fortress, trying to grab some more resources for dear life, but look like an advantage state, and Mars has been killer with the combos right now. It feels like it's been Nair into imagination. Still, we are not going to be able to DI that well enough to survive. We have to get past this. Gotta be careful because some of those committal options will get you hurt.
Game 5, last stock here. Beautiful spot dodge, but here comes Mars trying to find these aerials. But the trades are only going to benefit Mars here. Has a little bit of a material bar, but here we go. Great punish from Mars on the grab here. And now we just have to get the right read. Going for the down smash, unable to find anything. So now Onin has to play a little bit more reserved, but Mars, no care in the world, going to chase Onin around. And now here comes Onin, finds that first hit, but Mars has to get out of here. Finds the aerial here, but here comes a minecart. Mars, anything that you do could win you or lose you the set right now. It is so close. There's the side special, not going to be enough just yet. And now it is all Onin. How do you find your way back on? You have no materials. You don't have a lot of things to find minecart with nerf.
I mean, 66%. We're not really in the danger zone, but one interaction could be the end of Mars here in Winterside if Onin finds the right interaction. We just have to wait, have to play around the jumps. You can tell Mars is trying to play with his height so well, but Onin, it's just so tough. Once you get off stage, how many times are we going to see the hit detection work? Staying alive, just barely.
The back air not going to do it just yet, so now Mars is going to be stuck between the anvil and the tower here. Has to find a way out. Flip kicking is not safe. It is down to the last second. The back air not going to connect. But the slide on stage is actually going to prop Mars up and away here. It is so close, nerf. Literally, it's down to the last hit.
It really is, and as of right now, Onin can get one single interaction. He's not going to do it! No kill screen! And Mars pops off! He's going to take it! Game 5!
Oh my goodness. He really found the back air. He really found the back air out of that. My goodness, you can tell the tension in the room. A standing ovation from the crowd for their hero Mars right now, but I have to say Onin played valiantly. What a nail biter of a game number 5 to start us off here in this block, as honestly, you see the fist bump there too. Of course, sportsmanship amongst the competitors, but a heartbreaking moment for Onin as well. I mean, you gotta look at this again, right? Like the very particular spacing. One wrong move, but there it is. The moment that you're able to find your back air on that minecart.
He said I'm the best. Oh my God,
that's
look at it.
That's the GOAT right there.
Talk, King, please. I'm serious. This is the real redemption arc.
You hear that?
He's ranked 78th. He's ranked 75th, I think. Yeah, Lumi ranked 75th.
Shot, by the way.
And
Any
this
of
is
the
crazy. Mars as the face character for Supernova 2024. This could potentially be his run